Greetings, architects and builders. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Unstable 1.6. Episode 10, Designing Dependable Defenses. So, what to build after the hospital? Defenses, prison, improved recreation, anomaly holding cells, a ranch/barn, or other. Viewer suggestions. And one of the chores we're going to have here is keep. Guess what? You are going to be our cleaner. You want an allowance? That's what you got to do for us. Okay, Tribal War is done. So, put that on Sergey. And not all in daytime. I can't really do any. I mean, you don't schedule prisoners, so, you know. But the slept in the heat is something that we could work on. I don't really have prison cells yet, so I don't actually want to put an air conditioner in here because it's not a permanent installation, so I'm going to hold off on that. We could do passive cooling, I guess, as a more temporary solution, but coolers can't be moved, so. There. Sergey's needs are as met as I can meet them. They do avoid pleasure, so that's at least helping. We're stockpiling slate again. I'm surprised, given that everything's all paved up, that we still have as much filth as we do. This base gets so filthy. Cheers. Keep. What did you just eat? Oh, you know what? I don't really have meals, do I? Touché. Wildlife. Wow, there's not a lot of good things to hunt. Because Muffalo has a revenge chance, and I don't really want to piss off a whole horde of Muffalo. I'll probably have to do a group hunt. Also, Lisk, you dropped your bolty. When you, or revolver? When you lost consciousness due to, illness. Where did it go? I smelted it, didn't I? I didn't specify that it should be melee weapons only. My bad. Oh boy. Alright, well, Lisk, guess what? You've got a recurve bow now. Congrats. I was stupid, and I pay for it. Maybe we'll have boomalopes? But I'm gonna wait till it's sun up and not eclipse, so I have move speed benefits, and then also I'm not gonna send Lisk, because Lisk is on a bum leg. I think I do have a Crafter 5 now, though, yeah. So Sutastig can make a prosthetic, so I'm gonna have Sutastig throw that together for us. Although it seems like, oh no, we can work it. Cool. I should help it a lot. You guys want me to improve my defenses? Okie dokie. I'll brainstorm that. So obviously the answer would be Killbox. I don't have any deep water, so deep water Killbox is not going to be a thing. I don't think trying to incorporate the river is going to be worth it because it's such a small river that it's going to be hard to force enemies to march through the river. So we're really looking at like a traditional sort of kill box, turrets and the like, and that's going to have to meet our needs, which means I'll take a look at that in just a moment. Maybe something around here, so that we can alternate between the deadfall traps and the kill box. Building it out like that. So this is just a rough plan for the kill box, but something around this area. This also has no terrain affordance issues, but I don't want to go into the fertile soil too much, because if we ever want to do like mass devil strand or something like that, this fertile soil is going to be ideal for that. So here's the soil fertility. So keeping in mind terrain affordance, which is blue and red, and for soil fertility, which is the darker green, we want to avoid blue, red, and dark green, and this area is closest to the base that does that, or alternatively here, I have you guys pulled. How about that? So this is the red kill box area, and this is the blue kill box area. Red versus blue. Where to build defenses? Red or blue? The other thing is the type of defenses. I could do a shooting kill box. I could do a flame kill box. I could even do a tox kill box. Not that we have anyone that is tox immune. Or I could just, you know, like a flame maze or shooting is probably what I'm leaning towards, or possibly both. It'll be up to you. Problem with Foti. Foti is a 3-year-old begging to join. So I'll give you 1 more minute to vote on this poll, and then we'll have the whole do we help Foti. Their best skill is shooting at level 1. So this is a new thing that you can look at, is when people are asking to join, you can actually see a little bit of gleaning a tiny bit of information about what they're potentially skilled at. Of course, it's a 3-year-old, so like, you know, it's not a lot of info. And they are of the 3-Church run ship or whatever. I don't know how to say that. So Foti is coming from the Savage Impid tribe, but they aren't a Savage Impid. There's some sort of threat, and I think it's probably Impid threat. All right, we're going to say red wins out a little bit. Do we help Foti? And 1 minute on that poll, too. Alright, I'm canceling all the hall designations for Slate, because if we're making Killbox, Granite's going to be the stone of choice. So we'll start hauling Granite instead. And the Killbox will be somewhere over here. Prosthetic Leg is done. Nice. That's going to help out a lot. But if we're helping Foti, I'm not going to do the surgery until the immediate threat is over. All right. Simple and fine meals should probably not include raw food. Hay, kibble. That way we don't eat raw. And I'll just start cooking simple meals for now. We're about to have a huge corn harvest, and then I was planning on hunting, but it seems like something's chasing Foti, so Foti, you are being offered refugee status. Obviously, I'm going to need some sort of bed for Foti. So I am temporarily going to move this bed for Foti to sleep in. And a raffle for Foti. I don't know what's chasing Foti, but what I do know is Foti is only 3, so Foti is going to be raffled off to you guys and also put in the shelter. I don't want Foti leaving the walls. There is an exception to that, which is Foti will eventually need to have like nature running as a potential learning source. But yeah, they're like a 3-year-old. Mario Foti. But yeah, for right now, because I don't know what's chasing Foti, I should plan for everything. Compacted steel. Cool. No, that's a good chunk of resistance. Respectable. Alright, I did want to do some group hunting. I don't know, again, if anything is coming my way, but I'll prepare. Good. Holy hell, good shooting. Head shot off. Neck shot off, or almost shot off. What the hell, guys? Can you... Neck again? Can you shoot like this when it matters against hostile enemies? Because what the frickin'... That was crazy good. Like, seriously. 3 insta-kills? You're kidding me. That's unheard of for your skill. You got a skill 15 and a skill 11? I mean, alright, you're skilled, but still. Good lord. Uh-oh. Keep is cooking. Ooh. Oh boy. Time for some more vomit. So let's update the priority now. Build defenses. Let's plan this out. So I really like flame traps because they're very, very easy to use and reload. So what I want is this door to go north to a flame trap. I'm gonna eat up some of the rich soil, but that's fine. So the trap tunnel here will be a trap maze, which, avoiding the rich soil, I'm going to build a wall around the rich soil, incorporating it into the maze as best as I can. And the idea here is some of the enemies that, you know, not mechs, because mechs obviously won't get burned, but enemies that can be burned will be sent through a flaming maze. And then this section will be a traditional shooting kill box section, maybe with turrets eventually. I do like to have multiple flaming mazes when possible, so that if you have back-to-back raids, you aren't necessarily pressured to set up another flame maze. But I'll probably incorporate that after setting up the first one, because, you know, I don't want to overburden trying to build 2 at once. I'll probably end up with neither built in a timely way. So build defenses, and then the southern wall of these defenses will create the northern wall of the shooting kill box. So it's part of the wall of the farm, part of the wall of the kill box, and a maze on its own. So the other section of the maze will go here, or rather not maze, but shooting kill box will go out this way, where we decide what kind of weapons we want to use, and then we choke point the enemies at that range. So the follow-up question is what main weapon to use? So we have heavy SMG. We've got assault rifle or charge rifle. Those, I think, are the most reasonable choices, and they all have their own individual ranges that I could adjust a kill box for. So you can decide. Now, the only issue that I see here is this trap tunnel. I think once the maze is built, will be destroyed. Spike traps are very, very, very kill inefficient. I guess they're good in an emergency, but they're very expensive to use given the benefit that they offer. So I'm less likely to want to employ that sort of defense in the long run, because turrets are more effective use of steel than spike traps. Plus, you can't possibly accidentally walk on a turret and die, whereas spike traps always run that risk. Stickiest, you are now Foti. So congrats winning that old raffle, and we'll try to keep you alive. I don't really know what's chasing you, but we'll do our best. Lesson taking. So, Stickiest, you are going to be put on the keep zone, and I'm going to rename the keep zone to children. Because if you want to do nature running, you need access to nature. And let me repaint the children zone. So children should not be here-ish, because this is where the deaths happen, and they shouldn't be around here either. Not to see corpses or the like. That's a lesson we can afford for you not to learn just yet. Ms. Lisk. I'm probably going to wait to do the peg leg to prosthetic surgery until the pregnancy is over, because there's a risk of surgery failure which aborts the pregnancy, and that's something that is very easily avoided if we just don't do the prosthesis at the moment. So I'm just gonna we're not doing that. I might need to harvest some of the corn early because it seems like it's not up yet before we need some more veg. The other thing for this trap maze, so the way these work, generally speaking, is you end up with barricades to slow down the movement speed progress of the enemies. And then eventually, what I might end up doing once this is done, well, so I'm thinking out loud. I might change the design here a bit. It would be best for the enemies to enter the maze, go through it, and then dump out at our kill box rather than here. So I'm going to design it like that now, because that's just like fundamentally better design-wise. Which means this stuff is gonna change. Ideally, what you want is they enter the maze, they go through it, being on fire and all, and then when they come out, they get shot at from your kill box. And it looks like you guys want like charge rifle range is going to be the combat of choice. So if we take a look at the charge weapons, charge. Seriously? Oh, there it is. Charge rifles have a range of 28. So if we plan a kill box... Oh, well, what is their ideal range? I think that's more important. Their ideal range is short to medium. So 25-ish. So if the end of our kill box should be about here, where then people that go through the flame maze dump into our kill box and be shot at with us in cover. And then there's, if we don't want to set them on fire, there's an alternative path that we can open up. So essentially, it's going to be a situation like this, where we have multiple doors into the entryway. Some that include the flame maze, some that don't. Because if it's a mechanoid, like, they don't need to go through the flame maze necessarily. But also, you can have them go through the flame maze, you just don't set the flame maze on fire. And then in order to reset the maze, we have doors on the inside here, allowing us to repave or replace the floors that get set on fire. Yeah, so something like that. And then we can also put a mirrored maze down here, roughly down here. Maybe what we'll do is I'll offset this a little bit so that I can do a mirrored maze more easily. Doesn't be huge. What is this? 11? Oh yeah, that works. It eats into some of the nice soil, but not devastatingly. And I'll disallow the southern one. So you have 2 mazes feeding into our kill box, or alternatively, just straight in. That should work. That should work. Nice. And then the last part of this is the repaved doors. Which eventually I'll make out of like plasteel or something that is non-flammable but can be opened and closed quickly, because granite is not ideal. It's a grand project, but it'll be pretty useful when it's done. And that doesn't necessarily phase out the deadfall traps, so we can still use the deadfall traps in a pinch. The bottom maze is kind of wrong, isn't it? Yeah, it is kind of wrong here. What did I... Yeah. Well, it's forbidden. There's room to fix it. I probably would have built it had you not mentioned it, so thank you. There. That's correct. All right. This is, so the children's zone. Because this is just a construction project for the moment, I will allow, the children to work around here, too. And then this zone is going to be a hayfield, so that we have flammables to be able to use for the traps. Close the poll? Ah, yes. Sorry. That's been up 10 minutes. It's weird. I like it, though. It'll have to do. And these bedrooms are decent across the board. So we have a little bit of a mood benefit, and this one's mediocre for stickiest. I think stickiest will just have mediocre for now until... more of our defenses are set up. Nature running requires you to be like 36 tiles away from the colony, which is... or 42? Maybe it was 42? So as long as the children's zone... Yeah, the children's zone is totally fine. I think what I want to do is I want to keep children away from crossing the river here, because crossing water slows you down. So this is the new children's zone. Trimming it a little bit, but still allowing them an opportunity to nature run. And cloud watch and things like that. Things are going a little too smooth, except for the fact that we don't have vegetables, which I think Lisk is fixing. Yep. Well, we're about to have a lot of hops. So the first, unless we get some hay grass, which I don't think we're going to get in time, the first iteration of this fire maze will be, oh shoot, wooden floors like here. And then the rest, I think I'll intentionally do concrete. Because I don't necessarily need the fires, like, flaming out of control. I don't want them spreading to the forest or anything like that. Stickiest, Sergey, and ISO. Okay, gross. Plague. Plague. And you're plagued. Given that, we will do herbal meds. I think that should be enough, given medical tending from Stooch, which is at 12. Right as I say, hey, things are going smooth. Impids have weak immunity, so I'm going to keep an eye on Isokinetic a little closer, because Isokinetic's the most likely to succumb to the plague out of everyone here. But I think even at 90%, it should be okay. All goods trader, yay! Hey Ravak, let's just trade now and then dismiss. We have 3 pregnant goats. That's gonna be a problem. I'll sell leathers. I'll keep the rhino leather. I still have the thought in my head that once we have a crafter capable of decent crafting, that I'll have the rhino leathers turned into something useful. But I'm very happy that they frequent our home here. It's convenient. Did you get tended? Yes. So, yeah, Iso's plague is advanced beyond immunity, but more R&R and bed rest should fix that. Ooh, what was that insult? Keeps ambitions? And Bloody Death just gave birth to baby goat. Again, I will raffle off the baby goats, but don't assume that I'm going to keep them. I might slaughter them for meat or sell them for money. There's no guarantees that they're sticking around in the long run. That medical tending was kind of bad. But immunity for Stickiest is fine. Isokinetic's immunity is a little oof, so I'm going to boost the next tending to proper medicine. Loyal Dromedary. A knight of the refugee army making a request wants us to take care of a favorite pet, Poppy, the dromedary, for 11 days. Suffering from paralysis. Do we take care of the camel? I already have a pen, so it's not that much more a burden. It's not a lot of honor, or I don't really need toxic gas weaponry, but like, you guys can decide. I don't need to be the one deciding this. So I think the progress on our project is mostly the granite chunk hauling. Steel Boot does have access to do that, but just it's taken a while. You guys say yes to the camel? Cool. So what reward? Honor, Talks Book, and silver or goodwill. Immunity 75. Immunity 70 over 67. So Sergei's immunity is a little neck and neck. And then Isokinetic's immunity is down. So Stooch, wake up and please 10 good. I know your consciousness manipulation ain't great. 100% tending. That should put him in the safe zone. Or her. Him? Her. Not a sad wander. Oh god. I have to arrest you. Or you'll die. This sucks. Kellyanne, thank you for the resub. And Jackal for the sub. I missed that. So I had to arrest Isokinetic because any time spent out of the bed for Sad Wander could have been, like, lethal. So unfortunately, was imprisoned is going to be yet another bad mood. But what I can do here is operations, administer drugs to try to keep Isokinetic a little happier. But I'm doing what I can to try to keep Isokinetic alive, and Isokinetic is working against me, which is not great. But the immediate arrest should help. Talks Book and Silver versus Honor. So it's 3 Honor. If you're wondering about Ravak's level, Ravak is a novice at Honor 3, and I'm 4 Honor away becoming an Acolyte. Or 3 Honor away becoming an Acolyte. So I think I do rank up if I do Honor, if that makes any difference up there. So there's a vote timer for that as well. Med emergency. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's neck and neck. Isokinetic's out of the woods, though. Oh, that was not very good tending. It's so close. It's going to come down to a tie. We also have an ancient compound about the Farsher. Good to know. So you guys do pick Honor. Or actually, I called that a little early, but you picked Honor. And then, Kellyanne, you are the new goat. So here's Poppy. Oh my god. You might not survive. That last tending was just bad. Yep. 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 Well, I did what I could, but it wasn't enough. You died due to, like, a 1%. Oh well. Attempts were made. They failed, but they were made. Isokinetic, if you're wondering, is more out of the woods. Has a leg up a bit because of the higher quality medicine. But I am running out of industrial medicine, so there's a little bit of a concern about availability going forward. I am 100% sure if I didn't arrest Isokinetic, however, Isokinetic would have died. There's like no doubt in my mind that that would have happened. So at least we averted that scenario, which is good. Yeah, you can have your mental break soon. You're at 93. Is there any... I'll do Ambrosia again. It's not a particularly addictive drug, and we do have a lot of it. And I'll do tea again as well. That's keeping you almost even-keeled. Almost. Lisk's baby prep. Lisk is due to give birth in 6 days or fewer. Less than 6. Well, we do have a hospital, so, and I'm very glad that Lisk wasn't one of the victims due to the plague, because that would have complicated things, I think. So now we're in a meta emergency. Yeah, there we go. Immunity. No problem. Defenses are coming together. Fabrication is 3/4 done, and then we'll have a fab bench, which is nice because we have dwindling components. I know there's more compacted machinery on here, but oh, here we go. So Fody, or rather Stickius, admits that impids were chasing them. That is a lot of impids. That is a hell of a lot of impids. Alright, shelter in place. It's too bad I don't have the flame trap up already, because I could use it. Impids do go down relatively easy. But I'm, like, not too keen on this big fight. And, yeah, there was a, he was supposed to marry the child of Krav Sorat, leader of the Impids. And Fody became drunk before the ceremony and vomited on the altar. What? So it was a 3-year-old forced to marry someone, got drunk, and vomited? What the hell? RimWorld. What? RimWorld, what the hell? You're... Okay, Lisk, you're pregnant. Stay out of this. And Lisk just got inspired creativity. Is this helpful? Gotta know. I don't care if they bash some walls. It's not a big deal. Did we shoot? I know they... No, they didn't get shot. I was wondering if we got, like, a lucky shot. You nimble? No, you're just not stepping on them. Yep, saw that coming. Luckily, you can, like, intentionally put people out when they're on fire. So, Flame Breath is a little weaker in this build than before. I don't know what the leader of the raid is doing. He's just, like, bashing a random wall. Peekaboo! Yep, fire again. Don't worry. You're fine. As long as we don't get flame scars. Oh, I did not know they broke in here. Keep and Stickius, you stay there. They're fleeing now. Cool. So they lacked a valid path or so. I don't know why they were busting in the way they were. So who do we have here? We've got a unwavering little bloodlust, so that's not helpful. They're never going to join. And they're the only one dead but not down but not dead, so there's 0 recruit potential here. Well, the children are fine. I did lose a door, but I don't know what they bashed in here, but I don't think it was important because we don't really have anything of value. Ooh, bunch of horses. No one can tame you. Well, I guess I shoot you then. What is this? I made a plan zone? Oh, that was the nature running plan. Right. Are you all... Oh, I see. Bed rest is going to be set to 4. No one's wounded enough that it matters. Light burns. Not a big deal. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Unstable 1.6, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow RimWorlders.